So I think without further ado, I will throw it over to the interview, and then you'll have a brand new host. So make sure to be as excellent of an audience to them as you've been to me. So let's get into the interview.
Thank you, and hello, Prevent-A-Thon. This is everyone's favorite Mission Organ Mike here, and I am here with an industry professional. Brian, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Brian Colin. I've been designing and developing and creating art and animation for video games since 1982. So this is my 43rd year in the industry.
It's my 43rd year on the Earth, so good.
Well, there.
It was a good
Okay.
year.
Obviously, it was a very good year.
Yeah. So, what games might people know you from?
People probably my biggest. I've done a lot of big hits for Bally Midway in the arcade games. You remember those big giant things that you had to shove a quarter in? I was best known I started with games like Discitron and Spy Hunter, best known for creating Rampage, Rampage World Tour 10 years later. Games like on the home side, Sega Genesis General Chaos was an extremely popular game back in the day that we're doing a sequel for right now. That was a plug, by the way. But yeah, I've done about 90 games so far. So, and then the one I think we're here to talk about today is Star Trek Voyager, the arcade.
Yes.
Yes.
We have
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a speed run of that coming up. So, what can you tell us about Star Trek Voyager, the arcade game?
It was kind of out of the blue. It was in the early 2000s. Someone came up to me and they knew my reputation for making games, and they said, "We've got the license. Can you make a game out of it?" And I said, "Well, it kind of depends on Paramount, because we always like to do more than just use the characters within the series, that type of thing." Paramount was great. They said you can create your own, not only can you have the Borg, but you're going to create your own new races of Borg monsters. So we took full advantage of that. We had a lot of fun with it. It's a gun game, and what we in the industry call a rail game. So you finish something and you go to place A or place B. This was a two-player gun game in a giant 6-foot capsule with 5 feet tall, 4 feet wide. And I did not want to do a typical rail game. So when you get to the end of an area, you go to A or B or C or D. And you accidentally shoot that light bulb while you're shooting at the board, that's going to take you down a different path before you finish this area. It's an hour-long gameplay when you're playing at about a normal speed. There are probably about 70 to 80 different ways to play that game and never see the same things twice. So we really went crazy with it.
Oh, that's great for an arcade game, too, because then it keeps people coming back. It keeps people putting money in.
And you hit on the big difference between the arcade design and everything else that came after. We had two customers. We had you, who were putting in the quarter, and you want to live forever. And we had the guy that bought the game, and he wants you off in 30 seconds. And it was our job to make both of you happy. And with games like Rampage and Star Trek Voyager, the way to do that in Star Trek in Rampage, it was turn you naked and make you laugh, and all the silly stuff we did in that game. In Star Trek Voyager, which was a more serious game, we figured the best way to do it was to make it so that you'd be talking to someone else and go, "I never saw that. How'd you get there?" So that's why there's so many paths on what is typically what called a rail game.
Well, it sounds like it's been pretty effective anyway. So we're here as part of a speedrunning marathon. Do you have any general thoughts about speedrunning, Brian?
I'm a game developer and a game designer, and I don't know. I'm overjoyed that people have embraced games over the last 40 years. I don't know what most things are that people talk to me about today. I know what a speedrunning game is, and I didn't realize people were doing them for charity. So I think that's fantastic. And I think it's a really cool idea, but this is my first up close speedrunning event, if you will, even though I'm probably a few miles away from it in reality.
Well, that's the fun about being online, right? I'm nowhere near most
exactly.
of the other people either. So, So do you have any thoughts about what the speedrun might look like for this game?
Um, I actually went and looked up when we heard we were going to have this talk and try to find the main thing I'm thinking of. Is it better to hit every target dead on and go through to each turn just where they sit, or is it better to accidentally shoot that TV monitor and see if that gives you a shortcut? I went through code or old computers because they're back in storage and code for a couple days for a couple hours each, and I was never able to figure out which is better. So I wish I had a tip to give, but I imagine it's going to be interesting any way they get through it.
Oh, it will be. So are you excited for the run? Excited to see what happens?
Oh, absolutely. No, I think this is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be really cool because there is a lot going in the game. There are a lot of now. Some of the big bosses are not my favorite points because they really do require almost both hands. Going nuts, shooting as fast as you can, only when they're exposed because hitting him on his arms ain't going to do anything. Um, you know, and when you get to the board queen, back of the head, baby. Make sure you spin her around, get her on the back of the head if you want to get through that quick. But I'm sure whoever's playing this game probably knows more than I do, or I remember, I should say, because I'm in my 70th year now. They know more than I do about what is the best way to take down these big guys. A lot of the characters in the game, the board and others, other than the actual stars of the TV show, were employees at the time. We turned them into board,
Right.
Stuff like that. We created our own new board monsters. And then you want to fly a spaceship, you can fly. One path is going to take you through space, and you can fight hundreds of Herosian invaders, and we tried to cover everything we could.
So if it was people from The Office, are we going to see a Brian Colin cameo in the game?
No.
No. Okay.
No, not in this one. Actually, they shot a cameo for me in the Rampage movie, and I was out at the premiere with my wife going, okay, here comes. At the after party, the producer told me Warner came in and cut out 30 minutes, so I ended up on the cutting room floor.
Oh, no.
But in the original Rampage, in that little screen that comes down, that this is the human form of George, that was me. And the human form of Lizzie was my wife, and the human form of Ralph was the programmer, Jeff Nauman.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Brian. It's lovely to talk to you.
Thank you for the questions. I know who I'm rooting for, so
do I dare ask?
Yeah.
Are we hoping Alara gets assimilated?
No, not assimilated. She's going to deliver the I forget the name of it. We created a baby that has to be returned to its home world. She's going to get there.
Oh, I'm
She's
sure.
going to do it. She's going to make it happen, and in record time.
Oh, definitely. That's absolutely what we're going to see. I'm sure. All right. Well, thank you again, Brian. Again, thank you all for watching Prevent-A-Thon, and I guess we're going back to the marathon. So see you shortly.
Bye-bye.